man glitter.
Yeah, okay, I'll take it. It is what it is.
What do you? What about you? You got anyone? Sexton? Who are you rooting for? You got. I mean, do you know any?
Yeah,
other guys?
I'll go for Sexton. I know that
he's not
Benny,
taking the Canadian. That's crazy.
There's 2 Canadians in Mike, but Benny is a playground regular. He's done very well in our past second chance events. So he's here for all the big events. Hasn't gone that deep, but has done very well in our second chance events.
Wow.
So I do like Benny, but Mike would make history. So as a promoter for my brand, having him win over here would definitely get more eyeballs on our product and our festival. So I got to root for Mike.
Brutal honesty. You gotta respect it. Benny, definitely a very strong player. Can tell. I play with him a little in the main, and just can tell by his demeanor, his presence, and how he like his game a lot. So
this is good. This is gonna be the big pot right here. It depends on how much pressure Mike Sexton.
Interesting. Just call. I would think he would.
I would not. He's gonna let Mike keep betting. But even though Mike isn't gonna keep betting, but
wow.
Jesus.
At least it's the thing is it's a spade. It's going to slow it down a bit.
That's going to slow this down a lot. If Mike bets, if Mike Sexton bets twice, and he bets big enough on the river, I think without an improvement from Benny, Benny is good enough to get away from this.
This is where the experience comes in. This is the live stuff. Look at Sexton. He's got all the moves. He's doing it. Doesn't look Hollywoody, but he's studying, consistent. That's not his first full house turn of his life. You know, he knows how to do it. He didn't jump out of his seat, taking his time, thinking it through. Hit the gin of gin cards, and
I don't like the way he put the chips in the pot. I noticed something from him earlier. I don't know. I wonder if Benny noticed the same thing.
Doesn't matter, but he's got trip jacks drawn to a boat. I mean, he's never folding them here.
He's getting flatted here, but
yeah.
If Benny doesn't improve on the river, it would not surprise me if he gets away from it.
He does a little discount double check and seeing if he has a spade in there for backup, which wouldn't be relevant. I mean, Benny's still probably pretty confident he's good here.
Yeah, no, Benny's for sure calling this because, you know, he can still have aces with the ace of spades.
Mike could have ace king or something.
Ace king, or Mike could have just picked up a spade draw and just going with it. Yeah. And, you know, he could have a flush, and Benny, you know, wants to see if he can, you know, book him.
Ooh, the 8 would have been the cigar shot.
Now here's what's going to happen. Benny's going to check. Mike's going to bet like 1.5 million, maybe up to 2 million, something in that range.
I think Mike's.
And now what's Benny going to do? Benny just has 3 of a kind with no kicker.
Benny's calling.
I will.
It depends how much he bets. I think he's going. 1.6.
Is that 1.6? How much did he bet?
1.7. Same thing. That's a callable bet.
It is definitely a callable bet, but Benny.
1.7. Huh?
What would the great Sabu do right here?
Jack? I would have probably raised on the turn. I don't know, man. You know, just put it in. I wouldn't be at the final table.
Hey, I got a home game in Texas if you want to come.
Yes, please. If you fly me down, I'm in.
Okay. But let's think about this hand. What does Benny be? He folded.
He folded.
Wow.
It's gone.
Yeah.
And that's why. That is why he has a chance to get it done. That's high level plays all around.
Right there.
In a suit and say hello to Phil. Oh, yeah, let's scoot over now.
Mike Sexton's raising Benny's limp. Here we go. Benny's not folding the 9-7 of diamonds. This is what he limped. This is part of the reason why he limped. Some of it was so he doesn't have to deal with Nadir's shove. Some of it's because you get a good price against Mike Sexton. Mike's trying to price him out here with the almost $600,000 raise, but it's not going to be enough with these stack sizes right now. Can't quite tell exactly what they are, but Benny's going to take his chances in position against Mike, and that's pretty. Flops trips again. This time they're good, and he's
hot. Benny is a very, very talented player. I can just tell.
Let's keep in mind he did have trips versus a full house though, so that's not exactly running hot. He played that one excellent to lose almost nothing.
That's true as well.
Now,
but
he's
running hot when he's had aces all in 2 times versus all in opponents.
This is true. Anyway, Mike bets. Benny's going to call here.
And interesting in Benny's mind, Mike has checked back ace highs numerous times at this final table, and he's probably gotten to see that. And so this time, Mike decides.
Let's see if Mike double barrels now that he picks up a gut shot and he's got the ace high. No, he's checking. And let's see what Benny does here with the 3 of a kind. This is the same thing that happened to him earlier. He flop trips and the turn was a king. Benny checks.
I wonder if he's seen that king's full hand already.
There's the 10. Here's
Wow.
what's okay. Now there's a really good chance he gets looked up here. This is where Benny's image is going to come huge into play. Benny can make a huge bet on the river here and get looked up by Mike with ace high, because Benny could have missed flushes and straights. And it's like we were talking about earlier, when Benny has no equity, he bets, and this is a spot where
I think Mike might call this
I
one.
think Mike will call
like
this.
8-9 misses. There's too much draws missed. He's been just folding
He's
all
playing
the
against
time.
Benny.
He's been right every single time.
He has been right every single time. So I'm not going to second guess him right now. But
in Mike's mind, it's like he's got a
Mike's,
10 or nothing.
I think Mike's going to call this. It's going to be it's that type of situation.
Mike's thinking, man, these young whippersnappers.
Yeah,
they're tough.
Benny's played this great too.
I like his sizing. I like it all.
I don't think I could get away from this against Benny.
No, Mike's really stayed away from any hero spots thus far.
Yeah, but this isn't really a hero spot. Let's keep in mind the board. He's got 7s and 10s with an ace kicker.
He
Said it, 10 or nothing.
It's just 7's the same thing pretty much here. And that is probably a call. Usually when people start kind of now analyzing.
Nothing to me.
He's going to call him.
And it's so nice as a player value betting.
This is going to hurt. This is going to hurt. There's going to be there's going to be a shock that goes through his body in about 7 seconds here.
He just said 10 or nothing, man. Mike he's analyzing.
He's not looking at his opponent, though. I'm surprised about that. He's just looking at the board. He hasn't looked at Benny once. He still has not looked at Benny. He hasn't taken a single look at him yet.
What you're saying? He should be looking.
He should take a look, see if he can pick up a read.
Mike's a peripheral monster, probably. He knows he's got the peripheral look.
I picked up one read on Benny at this point in the tournament, and I'm not seeing it now because he's not bluffing now. There's the call. I think that will give Benny the
Jig is
chip
up with
lead.
Nadir. Nadir is ready to play
now,
his hand.
like this particular hand,
He's
I don't know.
gonna
I
jam.
think he might limp.
He's not going to limp. He's going to jam.
It's actually too vulnerable. You're right. It just comes. You're right. He's going to jam it. Is he going to limp? He actually doesn't know what to do.
He looked over to stack. He's going to raise. It's effective.
Right.
He's
I
jamming.
like this option
He's
the
jamming
best.
by raising.
I like
pretty
it.
much.
I like it the best. Oh.
Nadir's not going to flat that much. It's effectively a jam.
Okay.
And we have a flip to be heads up. 8s to ace queen going to be about a 54% favorite.
Nadir.
All right. Uphill race. See what happens. Let's see what happens. Let's see who's faster.
8s to ace.
Hey, look,
queen.
we're suit blocked again. Every all in so far has been
Man,
suit blocked.
is this air?
Well, why are they doing it backwards this time? They don't put the
I want
diamonds
you to-
first.
Thank you very much.
We got to talk to
It was
someone
great
in
fun.
the.
Nadir doing the fake. It's very fun. Ace queen. This is the hand that just doesn't get it done. And I don't want to. I don't like talking out loud about. Like, let's just let the flip
I put a snowman out there.
take its course. Mike knows he wants the snowman. He doesn't need it. He can just hold, but he's looking for a snowman. One of the names. Oh, ask and receive.
That's a good flop.
Yeah,
Pretty
it's so
strong.
Ask for a snowman to get one.
It's over. It's over.
He's saying it's over. He knows it's not over. That's the one thing he knows.
King 10. He needs it right. Let's just. I'm not going to Tony Dunst it. I'm not going to call. All right, good game. Very nice. He asked for it. Does he even need it? Ace queen never gets. Look at Ace queen just doesn't come. It's like
Why they should take those hands out of the deck. You got ace queen. It's a misdeal.
Jack 3s and 8-4s and stuff. He knows about heads up and value and going to post flop. He's definitely not scared to play. Looks like the big blinds just went down. It's 50 to 43 now because of the blinds just went up. So, as the tournament progresses, it will get more and more shallow.
Here we go.
And
Two
we
pair
have
versus a flush draw.
Very big flop. Wow.
What is going to happen here?
Wow, wow, wow. And a non-hard here could get expensive.
Now look how Benny doesn't raise. He does have a great flush drop, but if he gets all, he can't afford to get all the money in here. His hand's not good enough. And also, if he makes his flush, even though it's heads up, if he makes the flush, he does have to be worried about Mike having a better flush if too much money gets in the pot. Because Mike will always be wary if a heart comes off, even if he has top set of aces.
And this is an action card. This picks up more outs for Benny, even though the jack doesn't really make him feel comfortable. He can probably figure that does add to his arsenal. And as for Mike, this is a pretty connected board, being the 10 now. This is about as wet as a board as you can have. Ace 9, Queen 10, double suited,
He's
a
pricing him
jack
out.
you're open-ended.
He's pricing him out.
Yeah, he
Benny's
is.
gonna fold.
he's going to make a big bet, and realizing that the problem is with Mike to bet here, there is literally, if a jack, king, wow, and Benny's calling it with probably the intention to bluff on some diamond rivers or connecting cards, I think.
Yeah,
And
he's gonna bluff this river.
That's one
He's gonna bet about half the pot here. He has to. That has to be. You are on point with this one. He's
for him calling with the 8-high draw on the turn,
it.
he may. He just can't expect to win at showdown here.
He's not winning a showdown here, and he knows it. And this is what we were talking about earlier. When Benny does not think he can win a showdown, he bluffs. And this is one of the reasons he called. One of the reasons he called was to hit a heart and get some value out of Mike. If a 2 of hearts comes off, the board's not scary. He can still get value out of Mike's 2 pair. If
This
pair.
might just work.
This will work. Mike is going to add this up. This is a great bluff.
This is a great bluff.
This is a great bluff.
I love knowing him and on the turn. That is the reason he can call with the 8-high flush draw on this board, putting in all diamonds and the 8 and the king in particular. Like, the thing is, if he hits a jack, he may even just check and try to win, right? Hope he's just bluff catch or just pot control. And the thing is though, the 8 of diamonds significant. If that's like a 4 of diamonds. The 8 or the king, I think he was more planning on bluffing. Diamond, I don't think the diamond he can. It's a little harder.
That made
to
it
rep.
even easier.
Yeah, this is like everything got there.
Yeah, I had a very similar hand like this against Mike Dentali in this tournament on the bubble. A very similar hand.
And look at this 37, 36 blinds they're at. They're basically even going to this river. This is a monster pot.
There it goes.
Wow. I mean, don't
Benny
blame
wins
Mike.
the pot with 8.
I don't blame Mike there, and I really like that line.
Free roll here now. Free roll.
Mike raising up the 4-5 suited. Here's an interesting spot with Benny with the ace-10. It's like good enough to.
I would flat here.
Right.
Looks like Benny's not going to. Benny knows something I do not. Mike's going to call. He knows he's got to play these kind of hands heads up. We're gonna see a pot. So this is kind of why I don't like raising with the ace-10 here. Mike's gonna flat him with a 4-5 suited.
I don't think Mike's going to flat this one, even though I think he.
Oh, he's gonna flat this one.
All right. So how deep are they? I mean, that's close. But he
Yeah.
knows it is a nice hand to crack something nice. I mean,
Yeah,
this is a,
I mean they're not really deep. There
wow,
we go. We got a big
double
one here.
gutter.
Mike, now if you just look at both the hands and you look at the flop and you look at the position, Mike should be winning this pot a lot. He knows he has to play aggressively here, and when I'm just getting caged by someone like this, I'll take my chances. I'll take my chances on a hand like this.
I don't know if we can call it cage yet. I will say this. This particular board is about as dry as it gets. Mike has, and he's never put him on the 4-5 suited. This is such a sneaky double belly. It's like double gutted, double belly, whatever you call it. This is a hand where, I mean, Mike happens to have
on these stacks, I would suggest raising, but let's see what happens here. Oh, this is such a nightmare now.
What a bad card, man, for Sexton. He was looking for a spade, a 4, a 5, a 3, or a 7. Benny just hit gin.
Benny's going to check raise him here. No, Benny. I don't know. It's pretty short. Benny might just check call.
Wow, I think Mike's thinking, if he has.
No, Mike has to bet here.
He's thinking he's got like a big ace, jack, ace, queen, ace, king. And
now, I would be too scared to check raise all in here.
Benny's just going to call.
But I think Benny's going to. I think Benny is just good enough to check raise here, go all in, and push him off the draws that he might have. He knows Sexton can have the 3-5 suited, the 4-5 suited,
the 3-5 suited,
the 5-7.
I don't think Benny. There's not many draws. I think he's putting them on here, man. I just can't. I don't think he thinks he has those type of hands. This is super. I guess
he only really loses to one hand, and 10-8 suited, and probably not 10-6 suited. He really only loses to 7-9 here. I think he's gonna think this through and go all in.
Yeah.
Mike, it's not like Mike is sitting on. He does. The worst thing for Benny to do right here is let Mike draw. There he goes.
Wow, and Mike's gonna just be feeling.
This is gonna hurt Mike
sick.
so bad.
He's like, why didn't I check
He would have. He would have won all the money on the.
Check here, I guess.
Yeah, that's what he's thinking. He would have won all the money.
If a 3 or a 7 come.
Or he would have won all the money if he just went all in on the flop or made a big raise on the flop.
That's really unfortunate. Like the 10 is like the only card really where he gets to make this play and it even happens, right? Because the ace.
The ace is more likely to check call
Right.
because Mike's gonna have nothing a lot, but
Man, Mike's that is talk about
Mike's not going to be picking up draws.
Unfortunate running out here.
Benny's playing a
I wish I would have checked. I don't. He's
Benny's
getting.
playing an incredible game.
How much does Mike have behind? I mean, is he's not Hollywood, and I think is he thinking, can I ever call it off to try to hit the draw? I mean,
I think
he's never
I
calling.
mean, even if there's a difference between Hollywood. Like he's losing most of his chips in this hand, and it's not like he can take a walk and take a break. He just needs to
regain his composure.
I think it's fine for him to just take a breath, wait it out.
If
fold
now,
his
if this
cards,
were,
get
if
back
this,
to work.
if this,
I have no problem with the time. I don't think it's wasted time.
now
He needs
let me ask you this: what if
So the lights on the chairs,
they have 3 different colors, and this
Benny's
is
limping.
there it is. He's limping his big stuff, and Mike's gonna jam.
There it is.
And this is
Here we go.
3-1 favorite, 70-30 for a title. And nothing Mike can do there. This is super standard. If anything, Mike should have shoved the 9-7 suited. But, you know, hey, this can chop too. These chop aces.
This can win.
I'm feeling like a 2-3-2 flop. How about that? That's fair.
I kind of feel like it's like King 8 something. Those are the 2 cards I'm feeling.
I like Benny though, but I gotta. I mean, man, it's. I'm just let the cards happen. Let's see. How about a 2?
Let's let the cards do the
Yeah,
card.
let's see. Yeah, it's not-
44.
Calling for it. Mike's energy in it.
Going for a cold
Oh!
44. There's a 4.
Whoa!
Usually,
Whoa.
no. Usually when they're suited like that,
Wow.
that doesn't happen. But
Wow, that was
Benny
right-
might be facing a little
That was
adversity here.
Right in the corner slot. Ooh, there's one of the runners.
That's good. Slow down,
Watch out for
dealers. Relax. All right. His house just lit up just a little bit there. One of everything.
Man, imagine how many hands Mike's been playing in tournaments and been all in. And wow, and he does it. He holds up. With the
He is still in this game.
Whoa, Mike Sexton with
Mike
a members
Sexton.
roll. Benny handling it really well, but man, to be all in dominating for a title
Yep.
is very
Long road
emotional.
back.
Look at that. It's 2-1. It's just 2-1.
I'm all in.
Mike shoves. He's going to get called from Benny.
Yep. And this is the third all in.
Yeah.
And Mike with the jack and a 10, a
Have to draw it
pretty,
again, Vince.
pretty fair fight. He calls to his partner from the booth. Normally Vince, Tony's in there filling in for Mike today. And this is an all in, 56-44. You can see Mike's very live. And Benny, third chance at winning this title.
It's the last time I'm going to ask to draw out in this tournament. I'm not going to ask any more.
Let's see if we get an action flop.
There's a 7 in there. And there's
Oh,
a 10 on the
that is
flop.
a very good flop for Mike. Benny's got to hit runner, straight, or needs the ace.
He's got 3 outs.
And
No
that is
pickup.
not one. So Mike
Benny's
will
got
be
3 outs going to the river.
6.8% to fade. Mike's doing a little inventory. And here's the river. Nope. There was part of the runner deal. And wow. Bingo, bango, 22-11. Here we go again. Benny's been a really good sport at some point. Suited. Heads up either to jam or to raise call for that stack and having the guy covered.
You asked me a question, then you answered it. You want my opinion?
I'm in the zone right now, bro. But go,
You are. You're
take
doing
it here.
well.
Take it. What do you do?
Well, okay, with 12,
King
well,
10
you know,
suited.
it's going to depend. If you got an opponent you can now play, there's different things you can do. If you think you're playing against a very good opponent, you just want to go all in with the King 10, or raise and call it up. I mean, you really have tons and tons of options depending on your opponent.
Really good flop for Benny
Really good
here.
turn for Mike.
Oh, hello.
Mike makes a straight on the river. Really unfortunate for
And
Benny.
I will tell you something, guys. You know what just happened here? No matter what happens, Benny is going to fold. Most likely, either way, we're going to have Mike Sexton be the chip leader. How
Mike
about that?
Sexton
Mike
is the chip leader.
Is going to the chip lead. There's no way Benny's raising. Mike has a little. This is. He might call. He does call.
He calls. That's the first misstep we've seen from Benny.
Wow. What is going on?
And,
We got
and,
3,000.
and calling it a misstep is an overstatement right now because we haven't seen any misplays from anyone yet.
Dark poker staples drop in the heart. Jeff would play like this. You, me, us. There's definitely. Wow. Hold on.
Benny.
King Jack to Queens, and this is heads up.
Yes, I call.
And he
Oh, look at
gives
it, look
a
at that.
yes, and he's over and over. Oh my goodness, Mike is saying, yes, I call. I mean, how many hands has he seen in his life?
You guys should see how close we are to the TV screen.
I'm actually
right now.
inside the screen.
Where our eyes are on
Mike
the
has
screen.
2 queens. Mike is 70% to win
a
a World Poker Tour
WPT.
event. He was down 70-7 big blinds. Came back. Benny can barely believe it. Benny's thinking, is this my turn to get lucky on an all-in? I've been behind. Mike's played great, but he's also run well in small ins, and this is intense. 70-30. People are going insane in the chat. Look at the Twitch chat. We're at 3,000 viewers. This is too good, guys. This is too intense.
Mike is nervous. Look at.
Are we going to see a flat?
Chest.
Look at MP. Do the ladies love him?
There's a 9. The queen.
Oh, but a gutter with oh my goodness. It's never easy. Queen into a sweat.
86% of the time.
A 9 or a 4 ends it. That is and changes nothing. He is 90. He's got to fade the 9-1. This is for World Poker Tour. Mike Sexton, 15 years commentating, legend of the game, 1 card away from the title that's eluded him. Here we go.
Let's go to the river. Oh, you can see the waterworks. Here's my 4-1.
He did it.
He done it.
He did it.
He's done
Mike
it.
Sexton,
Mike.
unbelievable. Unbelievable. Mike Sexton, double bow, bowing Mr. Sexton. Unbelievable. I can't believe it. What a game. Benny Chen played unbelievable. Mike, it was just his day. It was just meant to be. This was his day. Wow. Guys, thanks for hanging out. Man, I can't wait to see Mike. I can't wait to see Mike. He's got to be, I mean, yeah, you're right. Waterworks. Is he going to cry? I think he has to.
I got 4-1.
4-1.
I got 4-1.
Oh, he held through the first part.
He's holding. He's doing his best.
He's holding. Is he there? Did he leave?